Tell me how you would check the condition of the windscreen and windows on this vehicle.
Okay, so the windscreen and windows must be clean, clear and free from any defects, no mascots or stickers that restrict our view.
Show me how you would set the windscreen demister to clear the windows effectively. Tell me how you would operate the loading mechanism on this vehicle.
Okay, so on this vehicle we do not have a tail lift fitted. However, if my vehicle had a tail lift, I would ensure that I've read the instructions and received appropriate training.
Show me what instrument checks you would make before and after starting the engine on this vehicle.
Okay, so I'd turn my ignition on. I would consult all of my gauges to make sure they're reading the correct level and make sure I've got no engine management lights on. Upon starting the engine, I would then make sure all the lights extinguish and we're safe to take the vehicle on the road.
Show me how you'd replace the tachograph roll on this vehicle.
Okay, so I'll press the eject button, pull the tray out, I'll then remove the old tachograph roll and replace with the new roll. Put a little bit of the paper out, push it back in.
Show me how you would check for the correct air pressure on this vehicle.
Okay, so I've turned the ignition on. I'll then consult my two air pressure gauges, ensuring that the tanks are charged and they're reading 12 bar. I would make sure I had no management lights or audible warning signs.
Show me how you would check all the doors, including the cargo doors, are secure. Show me how you would check for air leaks on this vehicle.
Okay, so I'm going to turn my ignition on. I'm then going to consult my two air pressure gauges, ensuring they're fully charged. I will then get out the vehicle, have a walk around and listen for any air leaks.
Identify where you would check the engine coolant level and tell me how you would check that the engine has the correct level.
So this is the engine coolant tank. You've got your minimum and your maximum line, so I'd make sure the coolant level is between the two lines. And also I'd get a warning on the dashboard if it's low.
Show me how you would check the condition of the mudguards on this vehicle. Identify where you would check the engine oil level and tell me how you would check the engine has sufficient oil.
go into the onboard computer and select tractor vehicle. Scroll down into monitoring data and clicking on the engine oil, and it brings up an electronic dipstick and it reads OK in the middle.
Show me how you would check the wheel nuts are secure on this vehicle. Show me how you would check the brake lights are working on this vehicle. I can assist you. If you need to switch the ignition on, please don't start the engine. Tell me how you would check the condition of the suspension on this vehicle.
So again, as a part of a daily walk around check, suspension must be checked for any obvious signs of any deterioration or damage.
Tell me how you would check the condition of the body is safe on this vehicle.
So as part of the daily walk around check, ensure the body is fully roadworthy and there are no significant defects, no loose panels or items which could endanger any other road users, and all inspection panels must be secure.
Tell me how you would check your tyres to ensure they are correctly inflated, have sufficient tread depth, and that their general condition is safe to use on the road.
Okay, so following the manufacturer's guide using the appropriate equipment, I would check and adjust the pressures when the tyres are cold. They must have a tread depth of at least 1 mil across 3/4 of the breadth of the tread, and then a continuous band around the entire circumference. There should be no cuts, no damage or signs of cord visible at any of the sidewalls.
Tell me how you would check the condition of the reflectors on this vehicle.
So as part of my daily walk round check, I'll get out of the vehicle to make sure all reflectors are secure, clean and not broken in any way.
Tell me how you would check the headlights, side lights and tail lights are working.
I would operate the switch, I would turn the ignition on if it was necessary, and I would walk around the vehicle to make sure everything's working correctly.
Tell me the main safety factors involved in loading this vehicle.
The load should be evenly distributed throughout the length of the vehicle so that it does not affect the control whilst the vehicle is being driven. Any load must be carried so that it does not endanger any other road users. It must be securely stowed within the size and weight limits for the vehicle, and the load needs to be secure so that it cannot move or fall from the vehicle whilst cornering or braking.
Show me where the first aid equipment is kept on this vehicle. Show me how you'd switch your headlight from dip to main beam. Show me how you would switch on the rear fog lights and explain when you would use it or them. No need to exit the vehicle.
So I'd operate my switch. And I would use it when visibility is less than 100 metres.
Show me how you would check the operation of the audible warning devices on this vehicle. First of all, the horn. And secondly, the warning device for reversing. Show me or explain how you would check the power assisted steering is working.
Okay, so there's a couple of checks we can do. Upon turning the key and starting the engine, we can apply a light bit of pressure and there'll be a bit of free play on the steering wheel itself. I can also pull the wagon forwards and apply a little bit of steering, and the steering wants to be nice and light. If it's heavy steering, we've got an issue with the power steering.
Show me how you would check that the direction indicators are working.
Okay, I shall turn my hazard lights on. I'll check my dash to make sure the lights have come on. And I'll get out of the vehicle, check all four corners, ensuring the hazard lights and indicators are working.
Tell me how you would check the condition of the windscreen wipers on this vehicle.
Okay, so the wipers should operate and the blades need to be in good condition.
Identify where the windscreen washer reservoir is and tell me how you would check the windscreen washer level.
Okay, so this is my windscreen washer reservoir. And as part of my daily walk around check, I would top it up every morning.
Show me how you would clean the windscreen using the windscreen washer and wipers.